you might be able to hear some water in the background. That is because Miss Ashley is taking a shower behind us.
Yeah, I don't know if you hear that or not.
I don't know. It's 11:03, and we just got in. I'll tell you about it in a little bit, but we had a lot of fun. This morning we got up for the second day in a row. Ashley decided she wanted to sleep in. Perfectly.
Hey, it's vacation.
It's vacation. You do you. We don't mind. She slept in.
We did.
We didn't. We went and got breakfast. And so we had a nice breakfast.
We slept in for us. We slept in like, what, 8?
It was 8. Because, bless you, because I thought for sure if I sleep until 8, she'll want to go on and get up. No, she slept until 11. She said, I can't believe I slept that late. You know what? It's vacation.
Mm-hmm.
If she
Enjoy it while you can.
Enjoy it while you can. Because when she goes back, she has work to do.
That's right.
So we came back up to the room because we wanted to drop our cups off, and I wanted to bring my purse back. And I carry an over-the-shoulder bag, and I carry it with me everywhere, all over the ship and everything. And some women would probably think, oh, that's stupid, whatever.
I see plenty of women carrying purses like that.
But I like it because where I vlog, I like to keep my camera in there, my batteries in there. I like to keep my phone, have a place to tuck my phone. I also like to have hand sanitizer. I like to have mints. You know, there's just certain things that I think is important. One day, the Windjammer was so busy, and this only happened one time. It was so busy, though. It was yesterday. I actually had to use a Clorox wipe and clean the table off myself real quick just because they were slammed. It was like at 10:30 in the morning, and everybody, that's the peak time it must be.
That was one of those mornings, well, it was yesterday, because Ashley slept in. We went down with her while she ate breakfast.
Yes, and so I keep Clorox wipes in my bag. So I like to carry an over-the-shoulder bag. It's not a full-size purse, and it just...
You see some carrying bags, though. You see people wearing bags and stuff, though.
So I brought that back, and then we went out on the track, and we walked. And I did a half my steps. Since Kevin's been doing my steps with me because he is a wonderful husband. He's
I don't want to go by herself.
Big support, big trooper. So like I said,
walk on my blisters for her.
I'm only getting 10,000 steps a day, and so we did 5 this morning, and then later on we did we did some more because then you're getting other steps throughout the day.
It's probably 3. It is another 3.
But 2 then. 3. We decided to, Ashley was still asleep, so we decided to go to the game room, and I left her a note that says we're in the game room. And so we played 500 rummy, and we were actually playing rummy when she walked in, and I figured she would. I figured we were in there long enough, she would come in there. And then, did she want to eat them?
Yeah, but they hadn't opened. They were just closing for lunch.
That's right.
They were just closing for breakfast, and they were going to open at lunch at like 12.
At 12, so we had to.
So she said, I'd rather not go down there now and eat breakfast. I'd rather wait another hour and let lunch, just get lunch because it's only they're only closed for like half an hour between breakfast and lunch.
So we waited until noon, and then we left the game room, and we went out.
We basically ate lunch too.
Yeah, we ate some lunch.
I don't think we used to eat lunch. Not really, but
not really.
I actually ate a full meal.
Sometimes we would eat like a hot dog or something, about 3.
Small. Did you notice they have one section of the lunch counter was all the breakfast stuff?
Yes.
They had a pile. I've never seen so much bacon in my life.
I guess everything.
It was like this thick, and it was a mound of bacon.
Yeah, I guess it was everything that was left over.
Yeah, left over. They just stuck it in one section, but it was bacon and sausage and hash browns and something else. Probably eggs, scrambled eggs or something.
Well, it was really cute because they had a parade. And so,
because it's the last day.
It's the last day, and so all the people, the servers and stuff like that came through, and of course I got that on film
with music,
for you all.
yeah.
And it was a good time. I don't know that I'll be able to play the music. I don't remember what music they played, but if it's copyright music, then I'll put my own music behind it. Anytime you hear my YouTube music and not their music during shows, whatever, it's because I can't play it.
And they use a lot of like popular songs
Oh,
in their
yes.
shows, so
Kevin
so
said
probably won't be
they've-
able to use a lot.
He said they've really paid for a lot of
They've
music.
licensed a lot of music.
They play good music. Lots of I've heard Pitbull, and I've heard
Lady
Coldplay
Gaga.
and Lady Gaga, and I've heard
Bee
everybody.
Gees.
They
Everybody.
play everything, and it's all really peppy, happy
Yeah,
music,
yeah.
and I like that.
Well, and even the live bands play popular
Yes.
music.
Yes.
I heard country music earlier. Did you hear the country? When we were, we can talk about it when we were going to the spotlight.
I remember I've heard Fireflies twice.
Oh yeah. These are people singing, like playing. Country
No, I'm
music.
not talking about them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the dining room. I've heard that
Oh,
song
yeah.
twice. I love
No,
that
this was a
song.
live band I was talking about.
So then after we had lunch with Ashley, Kevin showed me on his phone.
I've got the schedule on my phone, so.
We went to a show called Kitchen Nightmares. Now, I filmed a little bit of it for you, but it was an hour show. I did not film near all of it. I wish I could have, but I
I
don't
think you would have gotten bored.
I think, I think for you to watch it on YouTube, it wouldn't have been like you were right there.
It
And
would
so
have been
I filmed a lot of it, honestly. I probably filmed too much of it. But it was fun.
It was fun. It was entertaining. It kept you busy for an hour.
Ashley said, I don't know that I would want to watch it again. Or like if I took a cruise next week, would I do it again next week?
Right.
Maybe not.
Yeah, but if you took one in another year or so, you might.
You definitely want to watch it again. And if you've seen that on the schedule and you've never done it, it's a lot of fun.
That's it. It's fun.
They call some audience members out and they get the participation. But you as a viewer, it's very entertaining for you to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, they keep going with funny stuff.
It was
so
a lot of
it was
fun.
good.
And is he the cruise
Ricky,
director?
he's cruise director.
He's
He's the one
hilarious.
that's in charge of all the activities.
He is absolutely hilarious.
He MCs some of the shows. As well. You know, but I'm quite surprised that he didn't MC the Effector show, which is the one we saw the first day or two. He didn't MC that at all. He didn't come out before or after. But we've seen it before and after pretty much every other show we've seen after that. Where he's come out before
Maybe,
the tap
I don't
studio
know.
and everything.
I don't know. Maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe he was just doing something
really busy
else.
that first night or two. Yeah.
But then after Kitchen Nightmares,
We really didn't have anything else until after dinner. So
no, that's when we walked for the second time.
yeah.
We walked for the. And I know what else we did. I needed to get T-shirts for souvenirs. We bought Andrew one when we went to Disney Springs, but I needed to buy one for Christina and then all three grandkids. And somebody that we met had told me, she had said, they'll probably go on sale towards the end of the cruise. And I thought, I don't think they will, because the turnover day, literally we're leaving the ship.
We leave at 8 and they're on at 11.
People are coming back on at 11 o'clock.
literally.
They're not going to put those T-shirts on sale because
Why would you?
The people are always coming on and they can make their money. So they did not go on sale. The kids' T-shirts were 2 for $30, and if you bought them from this certain section, 2 for $30. Gavin's shirt,
They stayed that price the whole time.
yes, the whole time. The little boy's shirt was $20.
I do have to say there were some women's shirts that we found the last day that they did not have.
They didn't have it in the gift shop.
Because the gift shop had the full price $30 shirts.
$30.
But if you went out in they have a sale kiosk kind of in the middle where they're always highlighting something, and they had a bunch of T-shirts out there 2 for $30, and they were adults.
But we did not know that until after we had bought Christina's.
And they weren't the same ones anyway. We liked the one we bought.
I like the one I bought for her, which was $30.
These are they were more basic T-shirts.
But Andrew's shirt at Disney Springs was $30.
It was the same price.
So we paid the exact same price. So $30 for those. So we went and got the T-shirts. And then we came back and we kind of decided to hang out in the room until dinner time.
Yeah. I think, did we walk again? Or was that after dinner?
It was before or after the T-shirts.
Okay.
That we walked.
We walked again.
And we got my steps.
Yeah.
And
it's actually cooler. It's weird. In the morning, it's very, very hot. I don't know why. In the afternoon, it seems to be not as bad.
Because at home in Kentucky, it's the opposite.
Yeah,
it's cool in the morning, and you wouldn't want to go out and walk at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You wouldn't do that.
No, but here it seems to be, and on the ship,
Mhm.
It seems to be cooler in the afternoon. I don't know. Maybe it's the sun's higher up, so it's not come slanting in and hitting that walking trail. I don't know what it is. It's just cooler in the afternoon. I don't know.
But we sat out. Kevin and I sat out on the balcony for a little while.
Right,
Ashley
for a
was
minute.
reading a book called Whiteacre, and the only reason I mention it is because 20 years from now, she might watch this video again when she's older and Kevin and I are gone, and she might think, what was I reading at that time? She was reading a Philippa Gregory book. But
I'll remember.
she had already read it before many times, but she decided to bring that on the trip. And then she also brought the other Berlin girl on the trip. She reads very fast.
Page 93.
She's already, she just started the other Bowling Girl, and she's on page 93, and she just started it earlier today. I don't read near, I would be like on page 10. I'm not even kidding. So we went to dinner, and dinner
We ate
was...
in the Windjammer, the buffet.
Yes. And it was good, and it's, you get what you want, you get whatever you want, and I got lots of desserts. They had baklava tonight, and
It was like Mediterranean night or something.
I've never had, Kevin's made baklava, and he's made the recipe for the channel. His baklava, it has pistachio in it, pistachios, and honey. We've never had, at least that I can recall, baklava with cinnamon. This had cinnamon in it, and it was absolutely delicious.
It was a little different too.
It didn't have pistachios.
I don't think so. It was almost like chocolate in the middle.
It did
It
not
was
have
dark.
pistachios. It had a more of a bar texture on the bottom.
Yeah, it was like
was
layers.
so good.
It was odd because mine is like layers upon layers upon layers. This had a few layers on the bottom, and then it had a filling of some kind, and then a few more layers on the top, and then it was baked. So
It was like a bar texture in the middle.
Yeah, it was kind of.
But it was
thick. It was very
terrific.
good.
I've very easily, if I had known how good it was, I would have not gotten a couple of
of the other
others and got several of those.
Sometimes you'll get I've liked all the food honestly, but sometimes you get some desserts that aren't very exciting.
They're
kind
plainer.
They're kind of plain. Like you'll get some that looks like it's a really flavorful, like puddingy, custardy kind of thing, and it's just a very, very basic custard with just a very light vanilla flavor. You're thinking, dang, it looks so good, but it wasn't that great.
Like the crema. Was it called something
something like
something
that.
And
crema.
that peanut butter thing that was not peanut butter.
And the peanut butter tasted like peanuts.
Peanuts,
more than
but not
anything.
peanut
It, was,
butter.
it wasn't sweet.
Yeah, it
No.
wasn't sweet either. So things are, they have to they're trying to make enough food for different tastes.
And not
somebody that's going to
everybody-
be perfect for them because they're
That's
not
right.
going to want something sweet.
Not
or
everybody wants super sweet
whatever.
like we do.
I want candy.
But I do have to say, the food has been very, very good.
Yeah, especially
Well-
if you go to the buffet, because if you don't like something, just don't eat it and get something else because you're going to find something you like.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to feel bad. But either from the main dining
The main
room
dining rooms too.
or the Windjammer or the buffet, it's really good food. And Ashley introduced me to the chicken tenders the last 2 days. I wish I had known about those from the beginning of the trip.
Because they changed them on her.
Awesome.
They changed them though. They went from regular chicken tenders to now
Yeah,
spicy
they went
ones.
to nuggets, to regular tendies, and then to spicy, and they did not label them as spicy.
So I
They're
don't
hot now.
I don't want nuggets, but Ashley likes the nuggets.
I
So
love
Ashley
that.
was getting nuggets. I'm not tempted by nuggets. So then, she likes the regular chicken tenders, but these last few days, they've been spicy,
Yeah.
and that's what I like about them. And it's like they deep fry them an extra long time,
They're
so
crispy.
they're really, really crispy. I don't dip them in anything. I eat them just like they are. And I
What
love
kills
them.
me is the pork, the fried pork things that I found.
Mm-hmm.
I finally found them, put them on a bun, I ate one. It was like, wow, that's wonderful. Now they don't have them anymore.
No, they didn't
So
have
they've had steak, grilled steak for the past 2
Right.
nights.
They
So-
only had those the pork tenderloins
Like
the first
2
few
nights.
nights.
Yeah.
The
They
first
were
few
like
nights,
2
and that was it. But the food's good. If
Yeah.
you're wondering about what is the food like, I can't speak for any other cruise line, but
or any other ship.
or any other ship. But this Royal Caribbean Wonder of the Seas, food's very good.
Yeah.
Very
and we've
impressed
never
with
paid
it.
a dime for any of our food.
No, we didn't go to
We've
any.
never went to any of the paid restaurants.
No, and I had said before this trip, I said, there's a Johnny Rockets on board. I want to go to Johnny Rockets. There's a Mason Jar. There's a
like
there's
Southern
a
fried stuff.
Wonderland restaurant.
Yeah, but it's weird stuff.
Yes, if you're wondering
Like
why
smoked
didn't we
deviled
go
eggs
there,
and stuff. It's just odd.
it's odd food. But there's a pizza place you pay for. There's all kinds of restaurants you can pay for. There's no need to. The food is so good.
And I tell you what, too, the buffet, the main dining room has something different every night. But even the buffet has different things every night. It's not the same food. I mean, they do have the staples like cheeseburgers and hamburgers and stuff like that. But
But they add more.
But the main theme changes every day. So one night, I think it's the same theme as the main dining room. So the Caribbean, you get Caribbean food, Mediterranean,
Mexican,
French, whatever. Yeah. They switch the food. So, you're always getting something different.
You do not get, though, the main dining room did offer lobster tail one night. They do not offer that on the buffet.
Well, like the steak. I say they have grilled steak. It's a cheaper cut of steak in the buffet. You get a Newark strip in the main dining room. You just get it's basically a grilled sirloin.
I didn't notice a difference.
Really? See, I never had the New York, so... Well, yeah, I did. I ate the New York last night. It's a little thicker.
Not much.
See, mine was a little thicker than one I got last night at the dining room. But I've had the little grilled steak. It's not much different, but there's a little bit more gristly but there's kind of gristly in the New York. So
I got it in the main dining room, and I thought it had a little bit of gristle.
Yeah. So it's not that much. Really, you're not losing out a lot if you don't go to the main dining room.
No, I don't think you are. No.
So after we ate,
we went to Name That Tune 90s Hits. This was Ashley's favorite trivia, I think, on the whole
fun.
The whole time.
It was
more fun when you know the songs.
It's very, very fun, and they need to start doing it in a bigger room. Now, I know they're not going to watch my videos, but they need to be doing some of the trivias in bigger rooms.
Because it was so packed.
When it's Harry Potter, it needs to be in a bigger room.
They did the Star Wars one in a bigger room, but not Harry Potter.
When it's like a certain, like we went to, I think like a 60s or 70s or 50s or 60s or
50s
something.
and 60s.
That was pretty...
It was pretty busy
full too.
It wasn't as busy as this one though. This was as packed as Harry Potter was.
Yes.
If not more.
And it was 90 songs from the 90s. And it was so much fun. And Ashley knew all the songs and all the words to all the songs.
And we really like the girl that does it too. She says she's from Brazil.
She's from Brazil, and she's
a little fiery.
She needs to be doing all the trivias because she's
the music trivia is
best.
Yeah.
She is the best. She's wonderful. If I knew her name, I'd tell you.
She says my love.
Yes, she's wonderful. She is a cruise. She's not the cruise director, but
she's on those staff.
She's on that staff, and she's from Brazil, and she has this dark hair.
She's in charge of
real pretty.
She's
smile.
In charge of activities. Certain activities she's in charge of.
But that was a lot of fun, and then we left there to go
to the ice show.
To the ice show, yes. So we saw the same ice show a couple days ago, and I filmed it. And I probably, of course, you all will already know by the time this comes out, but I'm thinking right now in my head, I probably won't use the first time I filmed it. I'll probably use the second time I filmed it
because it looks better.
We had better seats, and I could see more of the ice rink tonight. And I just had we had really good seats because we got there early. And then the last thing we saw tonight, right before we got back in the room, was we saw a comedy show, and it was an adult comedy show. And
so it's the same two comics we saw last night.
Right.
But this was in the bigger theater. With
and it was all new stuff.
Yeah, it was all new. You know, that one guy, what's his name? Go away. Lewis Johnson. He said he might do one joke the same, but he ended up not.
No.
They were both completely different.
They're hilarious, and it is adult jokes. If you are easily offended, don't go.
Yeah. He says don't go to comedy shows.
Yeah, don't go to comedy shows. You're gonna hear cussing. You're gonna hear nasty stuff. You're gonna hear.
They're gonna make fun of people.
They're gonna make fun of people. Yeah, I mean.
And don't walk in late.
No, can you believe he said what he said?
The first thing he said.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, you guys walked in late, and you walked right up front and around. Boy, are you stupid? Because he's probably thinking, because I'm going to make fun of you.
Yeah, I'm going to make fun of you. Yeah, you just have a big target.
Yeah, you don't target yourself in a comedian show because he's going to point you out and say something about it.
And if you don't want attention, don't sit up front.
Because they will.
Those are the people they talk to.
Yeah.
But it was so
really good.
much fun. We laughed we laughed the whole time. Ashley and I laughed more during those 2 comedy shows than we've laughed in a long time.
Yeah, makes me want to go to more comedy shows.
I know.
And they do them in Lexington, in the town next to us, all the
And
time.
I've never been.
We have a place called All Broadway Comedy.
Have you ever been there, Ashley?
No, but I've been to. It's something Bananas. Go Bananas Comedy.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there's this like festival in Ohio right at the bridge, and it's
Oh.
called Brouhaha.
I wouldn't go.
Oh.
I went there once. And it was amazing.
Huh. I've never heard
We'll
of
have
it.
to. We'll have to go to All Broadway one day.
Yeah.
Because they used to be on Broadway comedy, so it was just like Broadway comedy or whatever.
Right.
And they moved from Broadway down somewhere else, and now it's off Broadway comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll have to look into doing.
Yeah,
more comedy
because it
shows,
was fun. But
And these are not people we've ever heard of. They're not these huge like mainstream comics, although they say they've been around for years. So you know,
they say they're on TikTok and Instagram and all that.
So,
I
but I'm
don't have
thinking,
TikTok though.
even if you don't see these big names on at your comedy club, doesn't mean they're not funny.
No, that's right. Even though we had a lot of downtime today, it was so nice to end it on. We ended it with 2 shows, and to me, that makes it so worthwhile. And I love the shows. The shows are just the best part.
And honestly, we could have went out today and gone to the solarium or the pool
We
or
could have
whatever,
gone,
but
yes.
we didn't want to. It gets very hot. It
It's
really
very
does.
yes, it gets very, very hot. And unless you're in the water, then you are baking.
Yeah, and of course we're mid-July too, so what do you expect?
But they did have other things to do, and they have dance parties and stuff like that. They do have other things to offer besides what we're telling you. We're just telling you what we were interested in. They had a silent dance party tonight where you put
It was a
headphones
family
on.
one.
Yeah, you put headphones
It
on.
was for the kids.
Yeah, so just if we didn't name something that you enjoy, that's probably why you enjoy it, but maybe it wasn't something that we figured we would enjoy. So, if you come on a cruise, then there's no telling what you can get into.
You might do completely different things. Than
Yeah, but I think we had a really nice day today.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So I hope you all enjoyed the video.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is going to be a travel day. So
we packed our bags up just to.
I showed them outside the door.
Yeah, we
during
packed
the
our bags
vlog.
up, and the bags are outside the door. They pick them up. You're supposed to have them out before 10, although we're out there and they're still there. So, I guess during the middle of the night they'll pick them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, we've got our bags out there and we're ready to go.
Ashley's making me laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ashley's making me laugh. So I will film as much as possible tomorrow. She's making me laugh. I will tell you what she's laughing at. Okay, this is what she's laughing at.
They have to go.
I'm just.
They have to go.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say.
I can't sleep here.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. We haven't talked about our injuries. We can talk about our injuries really.
Can you move them first? God.
I'm going to move my tennis shoes.
I don't smell them, so.
Okay, let me tell you.
I can't even read my book.
They stink. I told
So
them.
bad. I was like, is it me? I'm literally over here smelling my shirt and my armpits like I just showered.
And it's my shoes.
It's you.
It's my feet.
Oh,
well, okay, so what happened was I brought, if you don't want to hear about this, just tune out right now. Because
You're filth.
I haven't talked about our injuries.
We're
We're old people.
I've been fun.
I brought like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of shoes, plus the ones I'm wearing. So 6 total, which I never do on vacation. But because you have to bring dress-up clothes and stuff like that, you have to wear different shoes with different outfits. We also bought shoes for water shoes, which we thought we would use those. Anyway,
And I did use them one day.
we went to Coco K the second day of the trip. Second day.
Well, the first full day.
The first full day on the cruise, but it was the second day of our cruise.
Yeah.
And the sand on Coco K is very abrasive.
Yeah,
It's
very sharp. It's big and sharp.
Yes, it's like taking sandpaper literally to your skin.
It is.
So I wore flip-flops, and on the way back, instead of taking my shoes off and getting all that sand off my feet, I left the sand between my big toe and my second toe, and
Which is where your flip-flops sit.
and basically I slit open between my big toe and my second toe. It just it's basically it just
Right in that,
sliced
yeah,
it
yeah.
sliced it open. So for the rest of my trip, I had planned on wearing my nice leather shoes. Ashley and I got pedicures before the trip, like we always
And
do.
you sandals. Right?
Ashley always pays for them, and I wanted to wear those leather sandals and show my toes off, you know, because they look good.
But they go between your toes.
They go between your toes. I could not wear any shoes for the rest of the trip that go between my toes. So I have been wearing those slip-on shoes that I showed you the whole time. And so walking around the track, sweating, doing anything we've been doing, I've never worn those shoes that long. I wear them for like an hour and take them off at home. No big deal. I'll wear them to the
They're
tanning
more
bed.
like a running around shoe.
Yeah, they're tanning bed, slip them off, put them back on, come home, and I take them off. I told Kevin and Ashley days ago, I said, these stink. When we get home, I'm going to have to burn them because they smell so bad. I said, I haven't had smelly feet since summer camp when I was in elementary school. I don't have stinky feet. So I told Kevin right before we started this video, I said, I tell you what, I'm scared to take these suckers off at the airport tomorrow. I'm liable.
Oh my God, they're gonna hate you.
I'm liable to lay some people out in the airport tomorrow when I take these puppies off.
How foul.
Yeah. So, I've been taking a shower every night. Trust me. My feet are normally clean, but it's just the shoes that stink. So,
Which is funny, mine don't have it stink at all.
so that was...
That's because you have socks.
I got socks.
She's raw dogging it in there.
That's right.
She's not wearing socks.
I'm not wearing any socks, so you know how bad your feet smell when you see somebody walking around in those slip-on shoes all the time with no socks. Their feet are gonna stink. So that was the only injury I got. Really, was slicing that open. What did you get?
Same day, the little toe. I did wear the water shoes,
Yes.
and sand got in there and rubbed your pinky. It rubbed the top of both of my little toes, and then just so those have been a little scuffed up and raw. But then my feet, I tend to walk on my little toe, the skin at the bottom, which lovely vision, and so I get blisters on the bottom of my little toes, both of them. And
He usually doesn't walk that much at home, so it doesn't matter.
So,
but with me, he's been walking
but-
because he's nice.
But I popped the blisters and drained them, and they feel 1,000 times better.
That's the sexy time that's going on in our room. We're popping blisters.
Hey, anytime you got blisters, just pop it because it feels better.
But I don't want to scare you about the sand, because the sand at Coco K, it seriously is abrasive.
Yeah, it just
The
makes you rinse
sand,
your feet
though,
off
at
like
the
that.
other beaches, St. Martin, St. Thomas, was wonderful.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
nice.
soft. It was like play sand. It felt very, very
Coco
good.
K would have been fine if you had more shoes with sand. You just got to make sure you get the sand out of your
yes,
shoes.
you need to make sure. You better make sure,
Yeah.
or it's gonna hurt.
Because
You're
they
gonna
did
hurt
have
yourself.
I'm sure they had stations to rinse off, but we did not see any.
I didn't say
Because I
that.
mentioned not having one right before you get to the pier to walk back out to the ship.
Mhm.
They don't have a foot washing foot washing station. See, say that 3 times really fast. They don't have one near the pier, so
Right.
it seemed like they would have one right as you go on the pier where you can rinse your feet off and then put it back on and go.
Right.
But they didn't. So.
Well, tomorrow's video, that's our injuries. I'm sure you're done with that. But tomorrow's video will probably be short because travel days usually are short.
And we got long layovers.
We have a long layover. Maybe I can show you inside some stores or something like that. I don't know. But if it's short, that's why. Because there's not much you're doing between sitting at the airport, or you're either in the airport or you're in the airplane. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you've been watching all these travel videos, we really do appreciate you watching.
And if you haven't, put your question down in the bottom and you think of something.
You better be doing it now, though.
Do it
'cause-
now.
Yeah, do it now. So we will see you next time.